What's going on, guys? This is Tyree. Welcome back to another episode of Loc'd Talks, and I'm super excited to let you guys know about a couple things that's going on. First and foremost, I want to tell you about our Relentless Academy store is up and running. You can get the link down in the description, or you can visit my site. I think you just go to like Google or something and type in Tyree Wilson or Loc'd. It's either going to show a guy that's playing football, or it's going to show your boy with the dreads and the glasses. I'm the one with the glasses and the dreads, just for that, so that you know. So how are you guys doing? How has it been? Have you caught the last podcast or anything, emails, messages from me? If you have any feedback, if you have any opinions, any comments or questions, please feel free to hit me up. You can either email me or message me, or just go onto the page on Facebook. Just type in LOCD 'D POP, and I will be there. You guys can post your questions, message me. It's all good. We create full-on content for those kind of questions. I want to answer them as thoroughly, as openly, and confidently as I can for you. So again, thank you all for taking the time to listen to these episodes, to visit and revisit me many times. And I hope that I'm here, and I'll continue to be here to work for you, to work with you, and to put out the content that is valuable to you. All right. So today's episode, I kind of wanted to think about what it is that is going to help you restore your marriage. What will help you, not just what just builds you up, what just makes your spouse happy, because that's really something that I feel like it happens, right? And if your spouse is digging what you're doing, that's great. And most often than not, if you're trying to rebuild your marriage, they're probably not. But I think it's important that you need to hear this anyway, because I believe that love, restoration, reconciliation, faith, I believe that is all artwork. It is not a science. This is not a science. This is art, and it takes practice. And this is something that you have to do multiple times in order to get it right, because I believe every plan, every restoration is important for one individual. I think that what you do, how you speak, how you act, how you do things is specific to you, which is great because your partner is attuned to what it is that you do. So if you guys hear any noise in the back, that's my dog. I don't really know what he's doing, but he wants everybody to know he's here. So I ain't editing him out because I'm at home, so whatever. But anyway, the topic today is faith in God will help restore your marriage. All right? Faith in God will help restore your marriage. I believe there are all sorts of people, businesses, and counseling services which are able to support your stand for your marriage. People like your family members, friends, and associates. They will all have a word of advice and different perspective to draw upon to aid you. Businesses and counseling services are built to send you information and strategies and ways to help you navigate divorce court proceedings and finding self-motivational inspirations. All of the above named resources are strong tools you have at your fingertips, and I highly recommend you use them. However, there will always be one trait, one skill, one gift you will need the most: your faith. The faith you manifested within you stood at the altar and the faith, right? You manifested within when you stood at the altar and took vows with your spouse. That's the type of faith I'm talking about. Remember how tall you stood, the confidence you exuded, and how proud you were with yourself and your life. There was nothing capable of ruining your resolve to be with the most beautiful woman in your world. But somehow, some way, the enemy found his way into your mind and into your marriage, spreading chaos and disarray between you and your spouse, tearing apart your happy home and spreading lies about you using the very person you vowed to spend your life with. My brothers, consider this one natural disaster, one we've experienced in the world at one point or another, whether you live, in America or Midwest or down south. The tornado. Powerful and unrelenting in its path of destruction. There isn't much man-made objects or structures that can withstand the force of the tornado. With enough power and gust, a neighborhood is decimated in minutes, leaving almost nothing behind. Mankind has bared witness to the aftermath of the tornadoes for eons, and yet we are still willing to rebuild and continue living. So how is mankind capable of such resiliency? One word: faith. We know what results the tornado leaves. Just like the enemy, we know what he wants to do. So how does a standing husband combat the enemy's efforts and continue living? By having faith in God. By understanding he has allowed the affliction of separation and divorce to find you for a more divine reason than the pain of loss. God has allowed this season into your life because it is your time to cut away all the ways of your life that are not helpful to you. Anything you possess which was unfruitful or held a strong hold over you as a man is being exposed and demolished because it's your time for better. It's your spouse's time for better. It's your kids' time for better. The pathway God is leading you up to will still be rough, and the path will seem blocked at times. But your faith and trust in God is what's being called upon. Keep walking. Keep praying. Sing. But seek our Father the entire time. Give thanks and gratitude for it all along the way. No matter what the courts say or what the judges say, those people are simply doing their jobs. Your marriage is not their marriage. They may not think much of your situation, but you are still a child of God, and his children are blessed and highly favored. You do not need to take count of the many attacks the enemy sends your way, because his plans are destined to fail. Faith is your countermeasure and says, in spite of it all, I choose to be the man God has called me to be. Feelings come and go, and some people overcome their feelings, and some people are ruled by them. But there is a difference between these two types of people. The overcomers, they keep their sights on other overcomers like them, so they get to see how God will bless them as well. While people who are ruled by their feelings see how their earthly desires are what's keeping them from the blessings God has prepared for them. So where do you stand in all of this? You are the leader, the provider, and the one who can draw upon his faith to attract his family to a better unity. One where old wounds are healed and past mistakes are forgiven. No more skating over topics and hard conversations. You are the one who communicates to his spouse one simple and timeless devotion. In spite of all we've said and been through, in spite of the fights and the separation, in spite of the mean and hurtful words we shared, I was wrong to forget and treat you, the best of you, like you weren't important to me. Whether it be words or through your actions, my brother, take your next steps with the intention to communicate God's love for you and your spouse openly, fiercely, and be relentless with your faith. A leader chooses the life he manifests. Have faith. Be the leader. If you enjoyed today's podcast and the message that I have for you today, please consider liking, favoriting, sharing, passing this podcast episode on to somebody who may need to hear it. Share it with some friends, people that you know. It really helps the podcast grow. It really helps keep things going. I appreciate your listenership and that you're here. You guys have an amazing day, and I'll check you out next time.